Rick here from Rick's Audio Grotto. I am demonstrating a 1978 or 79 Technics SA-500 stereo receiver. I got this from the original owner. When I got it, all the display lights were burnt out. The volume control was a little bit scratchy, but outside of that, that was pretty much all that was wrong with it. So all the bulbs have been replaced. I have deoxed all the controls, but I'll give you a little demonstration of it. It works great. As you can see, I can sweep no scratch. It gets pretty loud. It's 55 watts, old school watts per channel. It's got plenty of power. It has a high and low filter, and you can filter flat, or you can actually boost. Depending on the speakers that you have, you don't notice too much of the low boost unless, again, depends on your speakers. The treble is a little bit more noticeable. Overall, the bezel is in really fine shape. There's no major scratches. All the lettering is there in good shape. The top itself, it shows some sign of age. The vinyl on these tend to shrink over time. But it's, and it's got a few marks, but for 1979, it's really not too bad. The sides are in really quite good shape too. As you can see, my custom antenna application there. But, overall, this is in really fine shape for 1979. But if we want to have a look on the inside here, I've inspected this, and I have found no capacitors that are bulging, leaking, or showing any signs of failure. That's not really a surprise with Technics or anything from Matsushita. That's why you'll find 1960s Panasonic stereo receivers that still work as good as they did day one. They just used better components than they needed to. And that's a good thing. It's got a serious transformer on it, so when I say it's 55 old school watts per channel, it'll deliver, no doubt about that. Beyond that, come around to the back side. I have tested all the inputs. I had an equalizer hooked up to one of the tape ports, so I could check the monitor on it, and all of that works. I did not test the phono because I don't own one, but there's no tarnish or anything on these, so I can't imagine that, that's going to be an issue. Both front and back channels work just fine. It has new fuses in it. Beyond that, it's really in quite excellent shape for its age. This is a nice stereo receiver. I really can't say enough about these old Technics units. The SA-500 puts out 55 watts per channel, and it's let's say 370 watts. So if you divide that in half, that's kind of how much usable power you have for the amplifier. It's really a great unit. I just can't say enough about Panasonic items anyways. But, if you're kind of curious where this fits in on the food chain of stereo receivers, most people are familiar with like a Pioneer SX-780. It's a very popular unit. This is a notch above that. it's got a little more power and it's got a little more features, and you know, it's distortion and signal to noise ratios are just a little better than the 780. It's not quite as good as the 880 from Pioneer. However, it's against Sansui or Marantz, that I really couldn't tell you. You know, I sold stereos back in the Stone Age, and you know, the thing I liked about these old Techniques, well, they were new back then, but Techniques and JVC was another one that we just didn't get any back in the service department, you know, versus Sanyo or Fisher or whatever. You know, those were sell them one week and people be bringing them back the next week to something was the matter with them. But no, this is a great overall. This is a great receiver. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me on eBay. But the winner's going to end up with a really nice stereo system. You know, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.